In the quiet corner of the galaxy, on a small, hidden planet called Arinder, humans lived under strict rules. The Galactic Council had declared it forbidden for humans to build warships. Humans are too weak, too reckless, the Council said. Let the stronger races handle war. But in a hidden lab, deep under the surface of Arinder, a small group of humans dreamed of breaking that rule. They believed humans could not only build warships, but make one that no enemy could destroy. Among them was Captain Aric Voss, a former space engineer who had once watched his fleet destroyed by alien forces. He could never forget the feeling of helplessness as ships exploded around him. "We can't rely on others to protect us," he often told his team. "We have to take our destiny into our own hands." The lab was a maze of metal corridors, glowing screens, and strange machinery. Engineers worked tirelessly, some repairing alien engines, others sketching designs no one had ever seen. Every hum of machinery, every spark of welding, brought them closer to a dream no one dared speak of outside these walls. Among the engineers was Lyra Kane, a young genius with a mind for starship design. She could see possibilities where others saw limits. When Aric showed her his rough sketches of a warship bigger and stronger than anything the Council allowed, her eyes lit up. "If we can do this, we can change everything," she whispered. But the team was careful. Arinder was patrolled by Council drones, scanning the skies and the surface for unauthorized projects. If anyone discovered their work, the punishment would be death. The humans worked in silence, communicating in code, hiding every blueprint, and masking the lab with energy shields that made it invisible to sensors. At night, when the planet was dark, Aric often stood on the edge of the lab's observation deck. He looked at the stars and imagined the fleet that had destroyed his previous ship. His fingers traced the outlines of constellations, thinking of the battles that could have been won. "We will not fail again," he muttered to himself, eyes burning with determination. One evening, an unexpected signal appeared on their encrypted communication channels. It was weak, distorted, but unmistakable. An alien fleet was approaching Arinder. The signal carried a warning, though none of the humans could fully understand it. Something deep inside Aric told him it was a test, a sign that time was running out. He gathered the team quickly. "They are coming sooner than we thought," he said. "Our dream is no longer just a dream. It's our only hope." The engineers worked faster than ever. Metal plates were fused with advanced alloys. Engines were calibrated for maximum speed and maneuverability. Weapon systems, secretly developed using stolen alien technology, were installed. Every corner of the lab was alive with activity, every face tense with urgency. Despite the danger, hope burned brightly. Lyra adjusted her calculations over and over, determined to make the ship not only powerful, but intelligent. It would have systems that could predict enemy moves, shield itself from attacks, and strike with precision. "They said humans can't build warships," she said quietly, almost to herself. "We're about to prove them wrong." Yet fear lingered. The spy they suspected among them could betray everything. Aric's mind replayed every scenario. An explosion in the lab, the fleet discovering their secret, the Council punishing them all. But he pushed the fear aside. There was no room for doubt. Every second counted. As the first parts of the warship were assembled, the humans began to feel the weight of history on their shoulders. This was not just about survival. It was about proving humanity's worth. If they succeeded, the galaxy would see that humans were not weak, not powerless, and not to be underestimated. Outside the lab, Arinder's skies were calm, hiding the storm that was coming. Inside, the humans toiled, driven by determination and defiance. They were building what no human had ever dared to dream, a warship that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. And somewhere in the darkness, watching, the aliens approached. They had sensed human activity, but they did not know the true scale of what was being built. Soon, both sides would face a reckoning. Aric looked once more at the stars. "If they come for us," he said, "we will be ready, not just to survive, but to become unstoppable." The forbidden dream had begun. The hidden lab on Arinder was alive with activity. Warnings of approaching alien forces had spread tension among the humans, but also fueled determination. The warship was no longer just a dream. It was their lifeline. Captain Aric Voss knew the ship alone was not enough. Humans needed a crew capable of operating it, fighting, and thinking faster than any enemy. But finding the right people was nearly impossible. The Council had strict restrictions on human travel and military training, making it illegal for humans to gain advanced combat or tactical experience. Aric's first recruit was Lyra Kane, the brilliant engineer. She had designed the ship's engines and weapon systems and understood its full potential. But Aric also needed pilots, strategists, and soldiers, humans who would think like the enemy and act before the enemy acted. Kael Thorne, a former smuggler with unmatched reflexes, joined next. He had a reputation for slipping past heavily armed patrols and could pilot ships through asteroid fields where sensors could not follow. His eyes were sharp, scanning every corner of the lab as if expecting trouble to appear at any moment. Then came Rina Solis, a communications and intelligence expert. She could intercept enemy signals, decode them, and predict movements. Many said she had a mind like a supercomputer, but her calm confidence brought a human touch to her genius. "We won't get caught," she told Aric. "Not if I have a say in it." As the team grew, so did tension. Every new member had to be tested, not just for skill, but for loyalty. The Council had spies everywhere. A single betrayal could destroy everything. Aric conducted secret interviews, asking questions no one could answer without lying. Some recruits failed, some refused, and some they could not fully trust. Late one night, as the team gathered in the lab's briefing room, Aric addressed them. "We are not just building a warship," he said, his voice steady but firm. "We are building the future of humanity. The Council said we could not fight. The galaxy said we were weak. Tonight, we proved them wrong." The room fell silent. Eyes glowed in the dim light as everyone processed his words. They had seen the destruction the aliens could cause. They knew the risks. And yet, here they were, ready to challenge the impossible. Lyra approached a holographic display of the warship. "Every weapon, every shield, every engine. We built it for speed, defense, and precision. But humans are the real power," she said. "If we work together, nothing can stop us." Kael smirked. "Nothing? Not even the alien fleets." Rina's eyes were sharp. "Not if we are smart. They rely on numbers and technology. We have creativity, strategy, and unpredictability. That will be our advantage." But just as they prepared for their first coordinated training exercise, an alert flashed on the lab's monitors. Someone, or something, was trying to hack their communication system. The team froze. Was it the Council? Or the aliens? Aric barked orders. "Lock down all systems. Find the intruder." Alarms blared, and the lab's lights flickered. Sweat ran down their faces as fingers danced over keyboards. Every second counted. Finally, Rina traced the source. "It's a probe, not a hacker," she said, relief in her voice. "They're scanning, trying to locate us. They know we are here, but they don't know what we're building yet." The tension remained, heavier than ever. The humans realized that the galaxy was watching them, waiting for a mistake. A single wrong move could mean death for the entire crew. And yet, there was no turning back. That night, the crew gathered around a table. Maps of the galaxy spread out before them. Stars, planets, and patrol routes lit up the holographic display. Aric pointed to the nearest alien patrol route. "This is where we will start," he said. "We will practice, train, and learn to move faster than them. We will not wait for war to come to us. We will be ready when it does." Lyra placed her hand on the hologram of the warship. "It's not just a machine," she said softly. "It's a symbol that humans can rise, even when everyone says we cannot." As the team prepared to leave the lab for their first flight drills, Aric's mind wandered to the spies, the aliens, and the unknown dangers ahead. Every choice we make, he thought, every mistake could be our last. But if we succeed, humanity will never be the same again. Outside, the skies of Arinder were quiet, almost peaceful. But inside the hidden lab, humans were becoming more than humans. They were becoming a force the galaxy had never expected. And somewhere in the dark reaches of space, the alien observers took note. They did not yet understand the full threat rising before them. But soon they would. The secret crew had formed. The forbidden warship was no longer just a dream. and humanity's defiance had begun. The hidden lab of Arinder was buzzing like a hive. Sparks flew, engines roared, and the smell of hot metal filled the air. The humans were no longer just engineers. They were builders of a dream so dangerous it was forbidden by the entire galaxy. Captain Aric Voss paced along the assembly floor, eyes scanning every detail of the warship's hull. The ship was unlike anything humans had ever built. Its engines were designed for speed that could rival alien fighters, its shields strong enough to withstand orbital bombardments, and its weapons, well, they were a combination of human creativity and stolen alien technology. Lyra Kane was at the heart of the assembly. She crouched inside the engine bay, recalibrating the energy cores. Sweat ran down her forehead, but her hands were steady. Every bolt, every circuit, every energy conduit had to be perfect. One mistake, she muttered, and this ship could tear itself apart before it even flies. Meanwhile, Kael Thorne tested the flight controls in a simulator. His fingers moved with lightning speed, navigating through asteroid fields and dodging virtual enemy fire. "It's faster than I imagined," he said aloud. "But it's not just speed that will save us. It's us, our thinking, our moves. Aliens can't predict humans." Rina Solis monitored communications and scanning systems. Her eyes flicked across multiple holographic screens, picking up faint signals, decoding encrypted messages and tracking patterns. "They're still searching for us," she said. "Every patrol, every ship, every route, we know more than they do. And soon, they'll know the hard way that humans are not easy prey." The lab itself seemed alive. Massive cranes moved enormous metal plates into place. Welding sparks danced like fireflies in the dim light. Engineers shouted numbers and instructions over the din. The warship was coming together piece by piece, a machine of unimaginable power, but also a symbol of human defiance. Yet danger lurked in every corner. Supplies were limited. The alien patrols were getting closer, and the spy they suspected among them could strike at any moment. Every human in the lab felt the weight of history on their shoulders. This was not just a project. It was a gamble with the fate of their species. Days turned into nights and back into days. The team slept in shifts, often only for a few hours at a time. Aric moved from one station to another, checking every system, offering guidance and keeping morale high. "We are building the impossible," he reminded them constantly. "Every second counts. Every action matters. And every one of you is crucial." As the ship's frame neared completion, Lyra began installing the final systems: artificial intelligence nodes, energy weapons, and predictive battle software. She whispered to herself as she worked. "They said humans couldn't, but we're proving them wrong with every wire we connect, every panel we weld." Kael and Rina conducted their first live simulations together. Kael piloted while Rina guided him through enemy maneuvers. The ship responded flawlessly, its speed and agility exceeding expectations. But as the simulations grew more complex, Aric noticed something troubling. The ship was too powerful to remain hidden for long. He called the team together. "We are almost ready," he said. "But remember, the galaxy is watching. They don't know what we've built yet. One mistake in everything, our work, our lives, our dream, can be destroyed." The team nodded, determination burning in their eyes. They had come too far to stop now. This was bigger than any one of them. This was about humanity proving itself, showing that they were not weak, not powerless, and certainly not to be underestimated. Finally, the last component was installed. The warship hummed with energy, its lights glowing like the heartbeat of a living creature. Aric stepped back and looked at it, all mixing with pride. "It's beautiful," he said quietly. "But more than that, it's unstoppable." Then, an unexpected alert flashed on the monitors. Alien drones had detected energy signatures from the lab. They were closer than ever, moving toward Arinder at alarming speed. The humans froze for a moment, the gravity of the situation sinking in. This was no longer practice. The test of their creation and their lives was about to begin. Aric turned to his crew, voice steady. "It's time. Get ready. We may not have a second chance. But we will not run. We will show the galaxy that humans can fight, humans can build, and humans can be unstoppable." The warship's engines roared to life. Lights flickered across the hull as systems came online. Every human in the lab felt a mixture of fear and exhilaration. They were about to make history, stepping into the unknown with nothing but their courage, skill, and faith in one another. Outside, the skies of Arinder glowed faintly as the alien fleet drew closer. Inside, humans prepared to unleash the impossible. And for the first time, the forbidden dream felt real. The warship stood tall in a hidden hangar, its engines humming like a living creature ready to awaken. The humans had built the impossible. Every bolt, every shield, every weapon had been tested on simulators. But now it was time for the real test. The first flight. Captain Aric Voss stood on the command deck, eyes fixed on the starry sky outside. The alien fleet was still far, but every second counted. "We have one chance," he said quietly. "One chance to see if our creation can survive the galaxy." Lyra Kane monitored the systems, her hands moving over controls with precision. "All systems green," she reported. "Engines ready, shields at maximum, weapons calibrated. The ship is responding perfectly." Kael Thorne grinned from the pilot's chair. "Perfect, huh? Let's see if it flies like we imagined." He pressed the ignition sequence. The engines roared, a sound that made every human in the lab shiver with excitement and fear. The ship lifted smoothly from the hangar floor, its thrusters glowing bright blue. As the warship soared into the sky, the hidden lab below seemed almost tiny. The stars stretched ahead, like an endless ocean. This was humanity's first step into something greater than survival. It was a step toward power, respect, and freedom. But the test flight was not without danger. Sensors picked up small, fast-moving objects approaching. "Drones," Rina Solis said, eyes scanning rapidly. "They've detected us, and they're moving in for a closer look." Eric's jaw tightened. "Keep calm. This is a test. We're ready for them." The first drone appeared, sleek and alien, firing a beam of energy that struck near the warship. Shields flared as sparks danced across the hull. Lyra adjusted the energy distribution, diverting power from engines to shields. "Hull integrity stable," she reported. Kael laughed nervously. "They really don't know what they're up against." He maneuvered the ship in sharp arcs, dodging the drones with uncanny precision. The alien machines fired repeatedly, but the warship's speed and AI-assisted systems predicted every move. The humans began to understand the full power of their creation. The ship responded like a living being, protecting itself while allowing the crew to focus on strategy. "It's learning," Lyra whispered. "It's adapting to them." As the drone attack intensified, Rina intercepted alien communications. "They're confused," she said. "They didn't expect humans to have a warship like this. Their fleet doesn't know how to respond." Aric smiled grimly. "Good. Let's make them understand." He pressed a button, activating the ship's energy cannons. Beams of light cut through space with deadly accuracy, destroying drones with precision. Sparks flew across the sensors as the first enemy machines exploded. But the victory was short-lived. More signals appeared on the radar. Larger, faster ships closing in. "It's a small fleet," Rina warned. "They're testing us. They want to see our limits." The humans tightened their grips on controls. Fear was present, but determination burned brighter. Every skill, every calculation, every instinct mattered now. "We built this," Aric reminded the crew. "We dreamed the impossible, and now we fly it." Lyra's hands moved faster over the controls, tweaking shields, weapons, and engines simultaneously. "They're fast, but we're faster," she said. "And smarter." Kael executed a daring maneuver, flying through a dense asteroid field to evade the incoming fleet. The aliens followed, but their larger ships struggled to navigate. Human ingenuity, combined with their unstoppable warship, turned the tide of the test flight. As the last drone was destroyed and the alien fleet retreated temporarily, the humans exhaled. The warship had survived. It had performed beyond expectations. The team looked at each other, faces glowing with triumph. But the victory was only the beginning. Aric knew the alien fleet would return stronger and more prepared. "This was the test," he said, voice steady. "Now we know what we can do. Now we are ready for war." The warship hovered in the starry expanse, engines still glowing, systems humming. Humans had built the impossible. They had flown the forbidden. And for the first time, the galaxy would have to notice them. Lyra looked out at the stars, whispering. They said humans couldn't build warships. We made the unstoppable. The first flight was over, but the battle had just begun. The victory of the first test flight was short-lived. While humans celebrated quietly in the hidden lab on Arinder, alien scouts had reported the unusual activity. Within hours, a fleet of alien warships appeared in orbit around the planet, moving with precision and deadly intent. Captain Aric Voss stood on the observation deck, staring at the incoming fleet. His jaw was tight, but his eyes burned with determination. "They've found us," he said. "And now they want to destroy everything we built." Lyra Kane adjusted the energy shields on the warship, which sat ready in the hangar. "The ship is ready," she said. "Weapons primed, engine stable. We can take them on." Kael Thorne flexed his fingers over controls. "Take them on," he said with a smirk. "We'll show them why they should never underestimate humans." Rina Solis, monitoring enemy communications, looked tense. "They're coordinating attacks," she said. "Larger ships, armed with energy weapons we've never seen. They know we're here, and they're coming in fast." Aric nodded. "We won't run. We won't hide. Prepare the warship for full launch. Everyone to their stations." The hangar doors opened with a mechanical roar, and the warship rose into orbit. It glided smoothly into space, engines flaring like a comet. Every human on board felt the weight of history on their shoulders. This was more than a test now, it was survival. The alien fleet moved in formation, firing beams of energy that lit up the darkness of space. The warship's shields flared, absorbing the attacks. But even the powerful human-engineered shields couldn't hold forever. Sparks and energy arcs danced across the hull. "They're stronger than the drones," Kael said, weaving through enemy fire. "But they still don't understand one thing. Humans fight differently." The warship's AI-assisted systems guided the crew, predicting enemy movements, redirecting power to shields or weapons as needed. Lyra coordinated the energy flow with pinpoint accuracy, while Rina intercepted alien commands, feeding the crew critical intelligence. Aric issued commands with calm authority. "Target their lead ship. Strike now. Use everything we've got." Energy beams shot from the warship's weapons, cutting through the alien formation. Explosions lit up space like fireworks. But the battle was far from over. More alien ships approached from different directions, surrounding the humans. Sweat ran down Kael's face as he executed daring maneuvers. "They can't predict us," he shouted. "Every move we make is new. They've never faced anything like this." Rina's fingers flew over controls. "Incoming ships from the rear. I'm rerouting shields and weapons to cover us." Despite the chaos, the humans never lost focus. Every member of the crew knew that this was their moment, to prove that humans were not weak, not powerless, and certainly not to be underestimated. The warship moved with grace and speed, dodging, striking, and adapting to the alien tactics. One by one, enemy ships fell, unable to match the unpredictability and creativity of the humans inside. Yet, victory came with a cost. A direct hit from a larger alien vessel struck the ship's engine bay, sending sparks and debris flying. Lyra's hands moved over the damaged circuits, stabilizing the engine while Kael continued evasive maneuvers. "We can't let them disable the ship." Aric yelled, "Keep it moving. Keep fighting." With one final coordinated attack, the warship unleashed its full power. Energy beams, missiles, and defensive countermeasures struck the alien fleet simultaneously. The enemy faltered, then began to retreat, recognizing that this human-built warship was unlike anything they had ever faced. The humans cheered, but there was no time to celebrate. Aric looked at the stars, scanning for the next threat. "This is only the beginning," he said. "They will return. They always do. But we've shown them what humans can do. And next time we'll be ready." Lyra wiped sweat from her forehead, smiling faintly. "They said we couldn't build warships," she said quietly. "We built the unstoppable." Kael laughed, "And they just learned the hard way not to mess with humans." Rina, scanning the remaining alien signals, added with a grin, "Let them come. We're ready." The warship floated in the quiet of space, battered but victorious. Humans had taken the first stand. They had fought, survived, and proved their ingenuity and courage. And the galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. Aric knew the battles ahead would be harder. The aliens would learn, adapt, and return with greater force. But for now, humanity had sent a message: never underestimate humans. Never underestimate the unstoppable. The enemy had struck. Humans had survived. And a new chapter of defiance and power had begun. The warship hovered above Arinder, its engines glowing bright blue. The humans had survived the first attack. But Captain Aric Voss knew the battle was far from over. The alien fleet would return, and next time it would be bigger, faster, and more deadly. "We don't wait for them anymore," Aric said to his crew. "We strike first. We show the galaxy that humans don't run, they fight." Lyra Kane nodded, adjusting the ship's weapons and shields. Engines ready. Weapons calibrated. Systems at full capacity. "It's time." Kael Thorne cracked his knuckles. "Finally, let's see if the unstoppable can really be unstoppable." Rina Solis scanned alien signals. "They're gathering reinforcements," she said. "Larger ships approaching, armed with energy weapons twice the power of last time." Aric's jaw tightened. "Good. Let them come. We're ready." The warship roared as it lifted off into deep space, leaving Arinder behind. Stars streaked past as it accelerated, engines blazing. The humans inside felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. This was not just defense. It was offense. Humanity was taking the fight to the aliens. The alien fleet appeared like a storm on the horizon, massive and organized. But humans were different. Their warship moved with intelligence, anticipating enemy tactics, dodging beams, and striking with precision. "They can't predict us," Kael shouted, weaving through a swarm of smaller alien fighters. "Every move we make is new. Every strike is calculated." Lyra monitored weapon systems, firing main cannons, targeting lead ships in the formation. Bright energy beams lanced through space, striking alien vessels with accuracy they had never seen. Explosions lit up the void as the aliens faltered. Rina's fingers flew over the control panel, intercepting enemy communications. "They're confused. They expected humans to run, not attack. Their formation is breaking." Aric smiled grimly. "Good. Keep pressure on. Don't give them a chance to regroup." The warship shields absorbed powerful blasts, its engines twisting and turning with agility no alien ship could match. Humans combined instinct, strategy, and technology in a way the aliens had never anticipated. Each crew member played a vital role. Lyra kept the ship stable under extreme stress. Kael maneuvered with daring precision, and Rina predicted enemy moves before they even happened. Suddenly, a massive alien warship, larger than all the rest, emerged from hyperspace. Its weapons were focused and deadly, designed to annihilate anything in its path. "That's the flagship," Rina said. "If it hits, we're done." Aric's eyes narrowed. "Then we take it down first. Full power to weapons and shields. Lyra, prepare the energy core for overload if necessary." The warship surged forward, dodging a barrage of beams. Kael pushed it to its limits, spiraling around enemy fire. Lyra channeled energy into the main cannons. Firing in 3, 2, 1. A massive beam of pure energy shot out, striking the alien flagship. The explosion rocked space, shaking nearby ships. Smaller alien vessels panicked, their formations collapsing. Humanity's warship moved like a predator among prey, striking relentlessly, never pausing. Rina intercepted desperate alien commands, feeding Aric the enemy's next moves. "They're trying to retreat," she shouted. "We can finish them." Aric nodded. "Hold nothing back. We are unstoppable. Humans fight, humans survive, humans win." The crew worked as one. Engines flared, shields pulsed, weapons fired in perfect synchronization. The alien fleet tried to regroup, but they were no match for human ingenuity and determination. One by one, alien ships exploded or fled, leaving the humans victorious. As the battle ended, silence filled the void. The warship floated, battered but triumphant. Humans had not just survived, they had dominated. The galaxy had witnessed something it had never seen before. Humans building, humans fighting, humans winning against impossible odds. Lyra let out a deep breath. We did it. We really did it. Kael grinned. They'll think twice before attacking humans again. Rina smiled, eyes still on the sensors. And they'll never forget it. Aric looked out at the stars, feeling the weight of what they had achieved. They said humans couldn't build warships. They said we were weak. They were wrong. We are unstoppable, and the galaxy will know it. The warship glided through space, engines blazing, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Humans had claimed their place among the stars, not as victims, but as warriors, builders, and the unstoppable force of the galaxy. The enemy had been defeated, but the message was clear. Humanity was no longer to be underestimated. The stars over Rinder shone quietly, as if nothing had happened. But for the humans aboard the warship, nothing would ever be the same. The alien fleet had been defeated, scattered across the galaxy, humiliated by the human ingenuity they had underestimated. Captain Aric Voss stood on the command deck, looking out at the calm expanse of space. His crew worked silently, checking systems and ensuring the warship was battle-ready. Despite their victory, Aric knew the galaxy was vast, full of unknown dangers, and that this was only the beginning of humanity's journey. We've won this battle, Lyra Kane said softly, leaning against the console. But there's so much more ahead. Her eyes sparkled with both pride and determination. Kael Thorne stretched, a grin spreading across his face. They'll never expect what humans can do. We've shown them that nothing, no fleet, no force, can predict us. Rina Solis tapped the sensors, scanning the remains of the alien fleet. They're retreating, regrouping, but they've learned something important. Humans are not weak. Humans are unstoppable. Aric nodded. Yes, and we'll make sure they never forget it. But victory is not just about fighting. It's about proving humanity can rise, build, and defend itself, even when the galaxy says we cannot. The warship floated above the planet, engines glowing softly, its systems humming with energy. It was a masterpiece, a symbol of human courage, creativity, and determination. The forbidden dream they had nurtured in secret was now a reality that no one could ignore. We started with a dream, Aric continued, a dream that humans could be more than the Council ever allowed. And now, that dream has become reality, a reality the galaxy will have to respect. Lyra smiled, looking at the holographic display of the destroyed alien ships. They said humans couldn't build warships. They said we couldn't fight back. But we've done both, and this is only the beginning. Kael laughed. Imagine what we can do next. We're not just defending our planet anymore. We can take the fight anywhere, explore anywhere, and show humanity's strength to the galaxy. Rina looked thoughtful. We've sent a message today, not just to the aliens, but to every species out there. Humans are not weak. Humans are not passive. Humans are unstoppable when we rise together. Aric placed his hand on the railing, feeling the hum of the ship beneath his feet. This is a new era, he said quietly. An era where humanity decides its own fate, builds its own destiny, and fights for its place among the stars. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, silent witnesses to the rise of a new power. The humans aboard the warship had changed the balance of the galaxy forever. They had faced the impossible, built the unstoppable, and survived against all odds. As the team gathered in the observation room, Aric addressed them one final time. Remember this moment. Remember what we've built, what we've fought for, and what we've proven. The galaxy will try to challenge us again, but we are ready. And no matter what comes, humanity will stand tall. Lyra placed her hand on the ship's console. We dreamed the impossible. We built it, and we flew it. Nothing can take that from us. Kael leaned back, stretching, a rare moment of relaxation after days of relentless work. I like this new era, he said with a grin. We're unstoppable. And I think the galaxy is finally starting to notice. Rina looked at the stars, a quiet determination in her eyes. They'll remember us. And when they return, we'll be ready. Stronger, smarter, and united. Aric turned one last time toward the command console, his heart swelling with pride. From forbidden dreams to unstoppable reality, humanity has claimed its place among the stars. And this is only the beginning. The warship's engines glowed brighter as it prepared to leave orbit, ready to explore, defend, and expand humanity's reach across the galaxy. A new era had begun. One where humans were no longer underestimated, no longer controlled, and no longer bound by the limits others had imposed. Above Erinder, the stars sparkled, welcoming the rise of a new power. The humans had fought, built, and triumphed. They had turned their forbidden dream into unstoppable reality. And the galaxy would never be the same again. The warship sailed through the stars, silent yet powerful, a monument to human ingenuity. The crew had survived attacks, built the impossible, and defeated an enemy that the galaxy once thought unbeatable. Humanity had claimed its place, but Captain Aric Voss knew the universe was vast, full of secrets and dangers yet unseen. "The galaxy isn't done testing us," he said, eyes scanning the horizon. "This victory, it's only the beginning." Lyra Kane adjusted the ship's sensors, noticing faint energy readings from deep space. "Captain, there's something out there. It's not any fleet we've seen before. Stronger, older, almost alive." Kael Thorne smirked, though his eyes were wary. "Great. Just when we thought we could catch our breath." Rina Solis tapped rapidly on the communication panel. "It's unlike any alien technology we've encountered. If it's hostile, we could be in trouble. But if we understand it, humans could turn it into an advantage." Eric's jaw clenched. "Then that's what we'll do. Humans never run. Humans adapt. And humans build the unstoppable." The crew gathered at the observation deck. Stars stretched endlessly, a canvas of endless opportunity and threat. They had survived impossible odds and created a weapon the galaxy could not ignore. But now, whispers of something greater called to them, an unknown force, a challenge far beyond any alien fleet they had faced. Lyra placed a hand on the console, almost reverently. "We dreamed the impossible once. Now we have the chance to shape the universe." Kael laughed softly. "Shape it, conquer it, explore it. Humans are ready for anything." Rina's eyes scanned the readings one last time. "Whatever comes, we're not just survivors. We're pioneers. And no one can stop us." Aric turned to face the crew, voice steady and commanding. "Remember this moment. We built the unstoppable. We survived. We triumphed. And now, the universe itself will test us. But no matter what lies ahead, humanity will rise." The warship's engines blazed brighter, leaving a trail of light across the stars. The unknown awaited them, a force ancient, mysterious, and possibly deadly. But humans had proven one undeniable truth. When told they could not, they would always rise, build, and defy every limit. And so, as the hidden warship disappeared into the depths of the galaxy, a new legend began, a tale of humans who refused to be weak, who dared the impossible, and who would one day face challenges no one could imagine. The forbidden dream had become unstoppable, and the rise of humanity was only beginning.